And we're live. Maybe. If this is working and you're here and your decision making is also working, we found ourselves. Hello, I'm Ben. Really nice to welcome you here. We're going to be talking about one of the great icons, not only of American music, not only of folk music, but just a world icon. And my theory is as we advance further and further away from the events of the 20th century, we'll be highlighting his role and his beauty and his character, a beauty of heart. More and more, and I'm talking about Pete Seeger. Woo! And actually, we're going to have a look at his top 5 songs. Top 5 songs. Now, hopefully, this is my personal hope. I hope you disagree with my choice. Because it's not a list, a dumb list, meaning a list that shouldn't speak. It should speak, and you should be its voice to disagree with it and say which other songs of Pete Seeger's you really love and think deserve their inclusion there. That's my take on what's about to happen. It's to make you talk, and also to have a look at a few great things between number 4 and 3. We're going to have a look at the classic banjo picking, which you can find in all his folk re-singings, because he loved. Needle so fine, a bit high for me. I do that in F. Oh, had I a golden thread of me. And you see this very funny picking here? That's what we're going to have a little look at. We've actually had a look at Pete Seeger's songs in the Friday lessons, because I think Pete Seeger's wonderful. And he's not only a singer that talks about breakups, which is nice. He's not only a singer who talks about love stories. Love stories are great. But he really had a heart that was prepared to embrace the whole of humanity and bring people together. Part of that sort of 60s movement, you know. Well, you can look those kind of things up. But first and foremost, his music. Now, if you actually click... first of all, let me know if anybody can hear me. Because if I'm speaking... like mutely, like a dumb list may, then you might not be able to hear any of this. What you can do is tell me if you can hear, and also I want to show you, if you click in the description, clonk, you arrive on a Patreon post here. This is my face. And this is Pete Seeger, with a 12-string guitar. Is that? No, is that a 6-string one? Not the 12-string one he had built in Mexico. And here we go, had a golden thread. That's our number. Well, that's a cardinal sin of lists to reveal what we're going to have a look at already. But number 5 is, all you have to do is click on there and you arrive right to the, that's Rainbow Collection, Volume 3. Had I a golden thread, and I put it in G, luckily. Right. Let me sing that a bit for you. It's actually the theme tune of his TV show. I'll talk to you about it afterwards. Oh, had I a golden thread and needle so fine, I would weave a magic string of rainbow design, of rainbow design. In it I'd weave the bravery of women giving birth. In it I would weave the innocence of children of all earth, children of all earth. Show my brothers and my sisters my rainbow design. I would bind up this sorry world with hand and heart and mind, hand and heart. and mine. Oh, had I a golden thread and needle so fine, I would weave a magic strand of rainbow design, of rainbow design. Dum 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 dum. Pete Seeger in the, I think it was the 70s, did this TV show Rainbow Connection, right? My songbooks are Rainbow Collections. His TV shows with wonderful, wonderful appearances. All sorts of great names from folk music, some well-remembered for good reason, and some forgotten for no reason at all, because they're amazing too. And he's got such a relaxed approach to sharing his passion. His dad was an ethnomusicologist, and he very much took from those genes, or that influence of trying to gather the heritage of American folk music. Had a magazine called Sing Out, hundreds and hundreds of folk songs recorded, and a lot of them composed also, as this one, The Golden Thread. There's a famous version by Nana Mouskouri. I don't know if that went anywhere else than France, but that's a well-known singer. There you go. Number 4, actually not one of his, although he did modify it a bit, is Guantanamera. Now, the fun thing about Guantanamera is that you can use that Pete Seeger song as a bridge to study Cuban music if you really want to play it the Cuban way, because you can go ay 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 ay. Sí, sí, hombre. Muy bien, muy bien, muy bien. Guantanamera, Guajira Guantanamera. Now what you've got here is a CFG-F loop. Guantanamera, Guajira Guantanamera, F, C, Guantana, F, me, gira, F, Guajira Guantana, F, mera. And so in my Play This Style series, I did the version with Celia Cruz, great Cuban singer, very famous. And that's in this style, of course. But what he does is, in the chorus, actually, he takes away a C for 2 Fs and 2 G7s. It doesn't. So basically, it's C, F, G7, G7, his loop. But then he changes the F to a D minor 7 to give it a bit more softness. Plays it on the guitar, of course, gives it his own version, and also takes away the C in the chorus. See if you notice the difference between Guantanamera, Guajira Guantanamera, and the original Guantanamera, Guajira Guantanamera. So that's the idea. And he would open lots of concerts with this, I think. Although I seem to remember the one I watched recently had that as its opening song. Of course, the became about the struggle of the Cuban cause. Yo soy un hombre sincero, de donde crece la palma. Yo soy un hombre sincero, de donde crece la palma. Y antes de morir yo quiero cantar mis versos del alma. Guantanamera, Guajira Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira Guantanamera. Cultivo una rosa blanca, en junio comer, en enero the white rose I cultivate all year. Cultiva una rosa blanca, en junio como en enero, para el amigo sincero que me da su mano franca, for the good friend who gives me his frank hand. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera. So remember C, D minor 7, G7 for the Pete Seeger version. What a lovely song! By the Cuban poet, of course, José Martí, as you know. No, I'm joking. I didn't know. Pete told me. That's how I know. And now I'm telling you, there's some great live concerts of his online. I think they're from his 60s tour, because he wasn't allowed to do anything in America in the 60s, because he was talking about brotherhood and justice, and that the wealth shouldn't be, had by the top 0.1% and stuff, and that upset the 0.1%, and so he couldn't be in America for a while. That's the gist of it. Now we've got a couple more. Look, it's my face again, and if you just click on passing through here, click, you arrive. I'm not sure where you arrive. Oh, it's the kids book. Why is that in the kids book? I don't know. Here it is online. Okay, let's go have a look. Oh, wait, you wanted maybe, this is the bit. You wanted to learn the famed banjo picking of Pete Seeger, I suppose, because I'm going to keep an eye on the comments. Comments are calm. Comments are quiet. I feel relaxed because I don't need to keep an eye on anybody being naughty or too boisterous in the comments. So thank you very much. But feel free to write anything in the future that you may feel inclined to share. I think this is my favorite one, the next song, Passing Through by Pete Seeger. Really great, because we are just passing through, aren't we? We're here, hop, and then we're not. That's kind of how that works. Spoiler alert over here. But right, while we're here, we can have a little quick look at what's happening with our left hand. Basically, the gist, you can do it in F, you can do it in G, you can do it in D. It's the same all the time. But let's do it in C. Basically, we'll take a note, the fifth. So we play the C chord. The fifth is the G. So you pluck the G and go down up. And then pluck the G again and down up again. So it's G. So I'm plucking with my thumb here. And then with my fingers, I'm going down up. Thumb, down, up, thumb, down, up, thumb, down, up, thumb. And on the second thumb, on every second thumb, you go thumb, down, up, thumb, hammer on, down, up, thumb. So what's happening on the G string, the string of G of our instrument, is that we're plucking it and then hammering on the middle finger, not like the hammer song by Pete also. Oh, no, it's not. If I had a hammer on, then we'd hammer it on the second fret of the G string here. So pluck and hammer on, and it's taka taka, meaning pluck, hammer on, down, up. We can practice that. Pluck, hammer on, down, up. Turkey, chick, turkey, chick, turkey, chick, turkey, chick, turkey, chick. And now only every second pluck G. I saw Adam leave the garden with an apple in his hand. I said, now you're out, what are you gonna do? Plant my crops and pray for rain, maybe raise a little cane. I'm an orphan now and I'm only passing through. You see how I'm using that? Pretty cool, huh? Of course, what is cool is a matter of taste and opinion. Passing. Oh, let me make that bigger. Passing through, passing through. Sometimes happy, sometimes blue. Glad that I ran into you. Tell the people that you saw me passing through. I saw Jesus on the cross, on that hill called Calvary. Do you hate mankind for what they done to you? He said, talk of love, not hate. Things to do, it's getting late. I've so little time and I'm just passing through. Passing through, passing through. Sometimes happy, sometimes blue, glad that I ran into you. Tell the people that you saw me passing through. And then George Washington, that's not really my story, so I'll just sing it anyway. I shivered with George Washington one night at Valley Forge. Why do the soldiers freeze here like they do? He said men will suffer, fight, even die for what is right, even though they know they only passing through, passing through, passing through. Sometimes happy, sometimes blue, glad that I ran into you. Tell the people that you saw me passing through. I was at Franklin Roosevelt's side just a while before he died. He said one world must come out of World War II. He's talking about the United Nations. Yankee ration, white or tan, Lord, a man is just a man. We're all brothers and we're only passing through, passing through, passing through. Sometimes happy, sometimes blue, glad that I ran into you. Tell the people that you saw me passing through, passing through, passing through. Sometimes happy, sometimes blue, glad that I ran into you. Tell the people that you saw me passing through. Pluck, hammer, pluck, hammer, pluck, down up, hammer, pluck, pluck, down up, hammer on, down up, pluck, down up. Nope. I don't know. Well, hello Brazil. Hello Paula. Paula Oliveira. You know, I was just before this, I was actually singing some bossa nova. Somebody on the French Patreon, it's called Ben au ukulele, well, not like that, with a Brazilian accent, asked me for the song sheet for. Anyway, number 2, Pete Seeger, for my money, which is an odd saying because I'm not betting anything. Isn't that what that means? Probably it's part of a bet. I think he's the greatest American musician. I think but if you factor in heart and meaning, right? Because it's not just breakups. That's nice. I feel like the people that we put on TV at the moment are singing a lot about breakups, and I'm not sure about the need for 100% amount of breakup songs of all songs shared. So that's just my caveat. To that topic, number 4, why am I counting backwards, is My Old Brown Earth, because there's several phases. There's young Pete Seeger in exile. Pete Seeger comes back, says, let's try and decrease war, stuff like that. And then old Pete Seeger. And old Pete Seeger is Saint Pete. He's full of love and very caring. And that's why he wrote To My Old Brown Earth, really. And then here we don't have to have this fancy picking that we've done all the way through, passing through. All while we were passing through, we can actually have To My Old Brown Earth. I'm just picking thumb and 4-3-2, ring, middle, index, just fast. And it's he recorded that in 96, so it's kind of at the end of it all, right? Because he had songs about unions, people needed a fair pay. Then he had songs about, Guantanamera has a lot to do with, the stuff his government was up to. But this is just more universal. to my old brown earth, to my old brown earth, and to my old blue sky. I'll now give these last few molecules of earth, and you sing, and you stand nearby. I do charge you not to cry. Guard well our human chain, watch well you keep it strong as long as sun will shine. And this our home, keep pure and sweet and green. For now I'm yours, and you are also mine. Take this one. And to my old brown earth, and to my old blue sky, I'll now give these last few molecules of ice. Probably my favorite, one of my favorite videos, turning the reverb off. One of my favorite videos on YouTube. Well, one of them is that Edward Sharpe concert live, I think in Canada, in a barn. That's great. Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros. Number 2, actually that was number 2. Number 3's a 10-minute medley by the king singers of all the classical musical genres since Johann Sebastian Bach. I think maybe number 1, just for the sake of this video, I suppose, is Pete Seeger's last interview that I've found. And he comes on, I think, the one useful news channel in America, Democracy Now!, with this lady with the grey hair. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. And he just goes there and says, well, there was this man who lost his wife, and he had just lost his wife shortly before that. And he said, I'm going to leave now, but it's not sad. It's a going away party. And that's his last words. And they're sort of out of nowhere. They don't make a lot of sense. And then is it 1 or 2 weeks after that? Not sure. Then he dies. He's gone. So he just, with so much kindness and sweetness, came to announce that he was having a going away party, which I think is a fitting end to really an American hero, I think. I'm singing a lot of songs from America, and he really stands out for the meaning, for the musical quality, exactitude, great musician, great creativity, and great love for folk history also. So that's why we have at number 1, because there's a time for everything. Let me show you the list again. Bonk. There we go. Here's Pete. This is Pete during the touring the world years. The exile years I mentioned. Turn, turn, turn. And there's a kids version. So maybe the comments can decide if we're having a kids version or an adult version, which is, by the way, it doesn't mean at all what the word adult means in court cases currently. It just means for grown-ups, really. Doesn't mean anything untoward. Okay, it's the adult version. And again, I don't mean adult to mean pornography, because that's a weird It's a weird word, isn't it? It's like adult just means you're grown up. But now if you say something's adult, it means... How did that happen? How did we just amalgamate grown up and that kind of clothesless, it's just funny. Not sure why I'm talking about that. On a live stream watched by at least 4 people. Let me try that again. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. You know what? I will do the kids version because I've listened to that one a lot. Kids version. Here it is online. Sorry, I just have to open the kids songbook. Not the adult one, obviously, because that's full of nudity. Love is a circle. Ooh, that's a good one. The hokey pokey, little peppery baby, skip to Maloo. Where is it? Turn, 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 turn. A time of work, a time of play, a time for night, a time for day, a time to sleep, a time to wake, a time for candles on the cake. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to dress, a time to eat, a time to sit and rest your feet, a time to teach, a time to learn, a time for all to take their turn. A time for work, a time of play, a time for night, a time for day, a time to sleep, a time to wake, a time for candles on the cake. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. Oh, oh, no, 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 no. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven. Well, and so concludes this algorithm destroying live about Pete Seeger's top 5 songs. I'm not sure if it has worked yet. I've had some feedback about Paula living in Brazil. Not yet about the sound, but sometimes you just have to hope and do. Yay! Jules loves Pete Seeger. That's also some feedback received during this live. So that's nice. He is the best. I mean, objectively. He's a bit like Taylor Swift if breakup songs were kindness and brotherhood. Right? Or the other way around. No, wait. If working for social change and bringing people together to melt the ice around their hearts, to get people to hold hands and see life as beautifully as it could become with the work of everybody and coming together. If all of that was breakup songs, he'd be the Taylor Swift of... Do you see what I mean? Anyway, I hope you're not going through a breakup. Otherwise, you do need breakup songs, because that's why they're there. And I hope you are fine, and that you will enjoy these great, wonderful, heartwarming Pete Seeger songs. All of them songs that tell the story of his country, or that that draw a line in the sand that we can follow towards brotherhood. I think that's the idea. Bye-bye, everybody. Feel free, to post stuff, and I read it. So...